Magandang araw mga bata! Mayroon na naman tayong tatalakayin ngayong araw, kaya tara, simulan na natin. Ang ating topic ay tungkol sa different organs of the body and functions of musculoskeletal system. Handa ka na ba? Mana ang chika at sa akin ay makinig na. The skeletal system is the framework of the body. Ibig sabihin, yung skeletal system, siya yung nagbibigay ng forma sa ating katawan. Kumbaga, isipin na lang ninyo na kung wala tayong mga buto or kung wala tayong skeletal system, para tayong mga lantang gulay o kaya saranggola na wala man lang tingting or kahit ano paman. Para tayong mga plastic. Bukod pa rito, skeletal system is composed of bones, bone marrow, joints, cartilage, and ligaments. The bones support and give shape to the body. Bukod pa ron, kapag sinabi naman nating bone marrow, it produces red blood cells. The joint is a place where two bones meet. Kanina doon sa bone marrow, di ba, yun yung mga gustong-gusto natin sa bulalo. Dahil ang bone marrow, nagpo-produce daw po ito ng red blood cells na kailangan ng ating katawan. Kapag naman sinabi nating joint, from the word itself, mayroong pagdudugtong. Kumbaga dito sa joint, mayroon po tayong dalawang buto na nagtutugma or nagkakadikit. Kumbaga mayroon tayong joint sa ating siko. Mayroon tayong joint sa ating tuhod. Kasi isipin na lang ninyo, kung wala tayong joint, para tayong mga robot tapos hindi natin nabebend yung ating mga buto. The cartilage covers the bones with a fluid to make the movement easier. And also yung cartilage, yun yung mga malalambot na buto. 'Di ba minsan sa manok, gustong-gusto ninyo 'yon. Ligaments are connective tissues that holds the joints together. Sabi nga natin kanina, yung joints, eto yung may dalawang buto na nag-meet. Ngayon, paano silang magkakadikit? Kailangan po natin ng ligaments. Again, yung ligaments, siya yung connective tissue. Siya yung kumbagang parang rugby, para siyang paste na nagiging dahilan para magdugtong yung dalawang buto. The muscular system. So yung muscular system daw po are bundles of parallel muscle tissue fibers. As these fibers contract, they produce movement of or within the body. So, muscular system from the word itself. Kapag may muscular, ibig sabihin may muscle. So, muscular system, ibig sabihin madami na siyang muscle, kaya siya nakakabuo ng isang system. So, again, muscular system, bundle or grupo siya of parallel muscle tissue fibers. So, ito yung itsura ng muscular system. Lahat ng mga malalambot sa katawan ninyo na malapit sa buto, yun yung muscles. And of course, yung matitigas, those are the bones. So, in here, we have three types of muscle. The cardiac muscle, skeletal muscle, and the smooth muscle. Of course, ang cardiac muscle ay makikita po natin sa ating heart. Mayroon tayong tinatawag dito na involuntary and voluntary. When we say involuntary, hindi mo siya mapipigilan. Halimbawa, yung pagtibok ng puso mo, isa po siyang example ng involuntary movement kasi hindi mo siya mapipigilan na halimbawa nasaktan ka, gusto mo siyang itigil. No. Kesyo masaya ka or malungkot ka, patuloy pa rin siya natitibok. Pero, kay skeletal muscle, as you can see, it is voluntary. Meaning to say, may mga movement ka na pwede mong gawin kung gusto mo, at may mga movement ka na pag ayaw mo, ayaw mo. So again, yung cardiac muscle and smooth muscle, sila ay mga involuntary, meaning hindi mo siya kayang pigilan. Pati ang halimbawa nito yung pagpikit din ng iyong mga mata. And then, yung skeletal muscle, which is voluntary, kaya mo siyang pigilan. Next, we have the integumentary system. It is composed of organs that form the external covering of the body and protect it from many threats such as infection, desiccation, abrasion, chemical assault, and radiation damage. So, tandaan lang ninyo, si integumentary system, siya yung external. When we say external, siya yung panlabas natin. So, ibig sabihin, integumentary, yung function niya ay para protektahan yung ating external. So, ano ba external? Yun yung panlabas or yung nasa labas. Okay? So, saan tayo pinoprotektahan? From infection, of course. Ang tanong, ano-ano ba yung mga organs na pasok kay integumentary system? So, pasok dito, the skin, of course. Dahil yung skin natin, siya yung largest external organ. Kasi halatang-halata nyo naman na napakalaki ng skin sa ating katawan. So, again, in humans, the integumentary system comprises the skin and its appendages, acting to protect the body from various kinds of damage, such as loss of water and damages from the outside. So just imagine kung yung body natin ay wala siyang skin, 'di ba? So napakadali yan na kapitan ng mga infections. Konting alikabok lang, diretso na agad sa mga laman-laman natin yan. Kaya napakahalaga na mayroon tayong integumentary system. It is also made of specialized cells that secrete melanin to protect the body from the carcinogenic effects of UV rays and cells that have an immune function. So aside from pinoprotektahan tayo from infection, yung atin din palang skin ay nagpo-produce. When we say secret kasi, meaning nagre-release or naglalabas siya ng melanin para maprotektahan yung katawan natin from UV rays. Also, sweat glands that excrete waste and regulate body temperature are also part of the integumentary system. So, yung sweat glands, yun po yung mga pawis natin, di ba? Of course, yung ating katawan, nagsisikret yan ng mga pawis, kaya kailangan din natin uminom ng tubig para mapawi natin or mabawi natin lahat ng sinisikret natin na mga tubig. The integumentary system serves as one of the first lines of defense of our body against pathogens. So, ba't nasabing first line? Kasi kumbaga, ito na yun eh. 'Di ba? May mga alikabok, oh, yan na kumbaga magiging shield mo. Hair helps keep you warm, of course. Aside from skin, ang kailangan din or yung under pa po ni integumentary system ay yung ating hair. So ano ba ang nagagawa ni hair? It keeps you warm, of course. 'Di ba? Pati naman sa mga animals, it keeps them warm. And without it, 'di ba, syempre lalamigin ka ganyan. Next, nails. It gives structure to the ends of our fingers. So just imagine kung yung fingers natin ay walang nails, 'di ba? So kaya napakagaling talaga ni Lord. Also, glands. It releases oils for moisture and protection. So, tulad nga ng sabi natin kanina, marami kasi tayong mga glands. And kapag ka glands, it's all about the fluids na lumalabas sa ating katawan. Next is yung nerves. So, yung nerves natin send and receive messages to the brain. So, syempre, yung katawan natin, may mga nerves yan na kung saan nakaka-receive siya and nakakapag-send and nakaka-receive siya ng mga messages papunta sa ating brain. So just imagine kung wala tayong nerves. For example, napaso ka. Kung walang nerves, baka masunog na yung kamay mo, wala ka pang nararamdaman, hindi mo alam na ang dapat mong gawin ay tanggalin yung kamay mo dun sa apoy. Kaya super halaga ng pagkakaroon ng nerves. So, ito naman yung itsura ng ating skin. So, parang magtataka ka, hala, ito ba yung itsura talaga? Ito ba may hair ba to? Ano ba to? So, iyan po ang itsura ng ating skin. The human skin is composed of different essential parts such as the epidermis and the dermis. The epidermis is composed of epithelial cells that serve as the outer layer of the skin. The outer layer of the epidermal cells secrete protein which is referred to as the keratin. So, tandaan ninyo yung outer layer or yung pinakalabas ng ating skin, ang tawag po doon ay epidermis, wherein si epidermis, siya po ay nagsisecrete ng protein na tinatawag natin na keratin. The dermis is the layer directly the epidermis. This layer is 15 to 40 times thicker than the epidermis. It is composed of connective tissues to prevent the skin from tearing and enable the skin to return to its normal state after lying stretch. So tulad nga po ng sabi natin kanina, yung epidermis, siya yung outer layer of the skin. And then after po nun, ay si dermis naman na 15 to 40 times thicker or mas makapal kay epidermis. Kaya kapag araw po tayo ay nasusugatan, ito po ay naghihilom. No? Dahil po yun kay dermis. Next naman po, the hypodermis is the dermis composed of connective tissue that stores fats and helps the body in retaining heat. Sweat glands, also known as sudoriferous or sudoriparous glands, are small tubular structure of the skin that produces sweat. So again, yung ating layers of the skin is from epidermis, which is yung outer layer, sumunod yung dermis, and then yung sumunod pa po ay yung hypodermis na dito nag-i-store ng mga fats and helps the body in retaining heat. The hair root is the part of the hair below the surface of the skin. It is the part that includes or interacts with many other associated structures within the dermis and hypodermis layers of the skin. The hair shaft is the visible part of the hair that protrudes through the skin. The skin's color is created by cells called melanocytes which produce the pigment which is the melanin. Melanocytes are located in the epidermis. So kanina yung hair root, of course, 'di ba? Kumbaga yung ugat, doon nag-uumpisa yung hair. And then yung hair shaft, siya na yung visible part. Yun yung mga balahibo na nakikita ninyo sa inyong mga skin. And also, tandaan po natin, integumentary system is the largest organ of the body that forms a physical barrier between the external environment and the internal environment that it serves to protect and maintain. The integumentary system includes the epidermis, dermis, and the hypodermis. So yun lang mga anak, nawa ay may natutunan ka sa ating tinalakay ngayon. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Hanggang sa muli. Paalam!